Hi guys, this is your boy, Optician Kasim. Uh, of course, it has been a while. You've never seen me before. This is Optician Kasim. So, I'm here to talk about dreadlocks, why you should install dreadlocks, the difference between temporary locks and permanent locks, and all that. And first and foremost, this is part one. We are going to talk about what is dreadlocks first and foremost. And dreadlocks, it's a culture. It's just a culture. Initially, they started from, some say they started from Africa, some say they started from America, but all along, it's okay. We have to focus on what we have right now. And right now, what we have, basically, we have two types, like different types of dreadlocks. Right now we have permanent dreadlocks and the temporary dreadlocks, what we call the artificial dreadlocks. Uh, what I do both. I do both the permanent and then the artificial dreadlocks. Uh, what are permanent dreadlocks? So natural dreadlocks. And what are artificial dreadlocks? Uh, which type of hair is needed to have the permanent dreadlocks or natural dreadlocks, which type of hair is good for the temporary dreadlocks and it's not good for the permanent dreadlocks. All that we are going to talk about that. For starters, right now we are going to talk about the temporary dreadlocks. It's part one, and then in part two I'll come to talk about the natural or permanent dreadlocks. Today I'm going to talk about the temporary dreadlocks. So temporary dreadlocks, it's just as you hear it, temporarily. They're just temporarily for a certain period of time. So in these temporary dreadlocks, we basically use synthetic synthetic fiber like kinky. This kinky synthetic kinky. That's what we use in the temporary dreadlocks. And here in Nairobi, I'm currently in Nairobi, so we basically use synthetic kinky, either fluffy or soft kinky, whatever you can use, it works. So we there are so many different ways of installing those temporary dreadlocks. Actually, the temporary dreadlocks, they are they are getting popular here in Africa. Why? They are light, they are simple, and then you can uninstall if at all you don't want them. If at all you are tired of them, you can uninstall. But the most important thing of having the temporary dreadlocks is one. There are so many reasons of having temporary dreadlocks. One, temporary dreadlocks, they are very light. Temporary dreadlocks, they are simple to install. Just 2 hours and you're done. They save time and money. They're time saving and of course money saving. They save both the two, time and money. Number three, they're simple to style, very easy to style. Uh, they promote growth and weight on your hair. So if at all you have your natural hair has less volume, you can install the temporary dreadlocks, and of course you can get the volume that you want. You have short hair like mine, this short hair that you're seeing, this short hair. I can install temporary dreadlocks on this short hair. It's just a matter of partitioning this short hair, then we install. It's not about having long hair. No, you can also have the temporary dreadlocks on your short hair. So temporary dreadlocks. Temporary dreadlocks, they are basically, how do they look? What are they? So we partition. I've been showing you videos. You can look at my YouTube channel. There are videos there for temporary dreadlocks. Most of them, they are temporary dreadlocks. So in those videos, you see partitionings. So those partitionings, after the partitioning, and then I showed you a video how we install those temporary dreadlocks. So there are like 3 videos. So after partitioning, we install using those hair pieces, then those temporary extensions, those kinky extensions. That's how we do it. Then we install on your head. After installing, we dip those temporary dreadlocks in hot water so that your hair, so that they don't get itchy and they get soft here. So after dipping, we put in the dryer, they dry. Then if at all you want waves or cows, we curl them. They can be curled. Those temporary dreadlocks, they can be curled, they can be waved, and they can be styled in any way that you want. So after doing all that, you go back home. Then after 4 or 6 weeks, or 7 weeks, or 8 weeks, anytime that you can, as long as you don't come back a few weeks after plating, because if you come back a few weeks after plating, there won't be growth within your hair, and as we focus on the growth within your hair. So temporary locks, that's the tutorial on the temporary dreadlocks. Just simple, 4 to 6 weeks. Then you come back for retightening. For us, we call it retouch. So we call it retouch. Some people call it retightening. But what we do, I don't use wax. Temporary dreadlocks, never use wax in temporary dreadlocks. If at all you use wax, wax is going to detangle this hair. It's going to make it very hard, and it will be very hard to undo. So while undoing, your hair will cut. This is the reason why we use interlocking only in temporary dreadlocks. I repeat, in temporary dreadlocks, we use, while retouching or retightening your hair, we only use one method, that is interlocking using a crochet. So we only use that method because most of the ladies here, their purpose of installing the temporary dreadlocks is to actually gain growth for their hair. So if you use wax or crocheting, your hair is going to cut. And the longest time you can have the temporary dreadlocks is between 7 or 9 months. So people with, so for those with weak hair, if at all you have weak hair, I don't know what's wrong with my camera. So if at all you have weak hair, a person with weak hair, what you can do, you can only have them for 7 months. Only 7 months if at all you have weak hair. So a person with the hair that's not weak, you can go as beyond as a year, but you don't exceed a year, because your hair will detangle, then it will be difficult for undoing. So you can only have them, the temporary dreadlocks, for 7 months and a year, that period. So someone can ask, can I remove them? Is it necessary to have them for 7 months? No, they are temporary. So if at all you only want them for a month, for 2 months, you can undo them. It's not necessary. It's not a must that you will have them for 7 months. Then maintenance. How do you maintain temporary dreadlocks? Temporary dreadlocks, it's simple to maintain them. 1, after installing, try to make sure you wash your hair after 2 weeks. The problem, there is a tendency of ladies installing these temporary dreadlocks, then after they relax. They say that they don't have time, but don't relax. Wash your hair once after 2 weeks. That's number one. Number two, spray your hair at least twice in a day. If you spray your hair, one, you are moisturizing your hair, you're making it soft. So when you come back for retouch, the hair, it will be moist and it won't be painful. There is the other reason of spraying your hair. Actually, it makes your hair look nice and look very, 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 very nice. If at all you have treatments, you can apply the treatment, but you have to follow your loctician's rules. You ask before doing that. Then number two, on maintenance, don't use wax. I've mentioned that, never use wax in your hair. Number three, retightening. You have to come back 4 to 6 weeks. Number four, you can style any style that you want. Then another thing on maintaining your temporary dreadlocks, make sure that you see, those temporary dreadlocks, actually they help you develop your hairline. They help you develop your hairline. So you must be keen. In the partitioning, you must make sure that they don't make very small locks while partitioning your hair. If at all they make small locks here at the front part of your hairline, if they make small locks, it's going to actually cut your hair. So you have to be keen about everything, and you must listen to your locticians. Actually, locticians advise you, but sometimes you guys you try to say that I need small locks, small locks. Then after your hair is cut, you lose your hairline. So you have to listen to your loctician. If they say you need to have bigger, accept and go with that. Because actually those bigger strands help grow your hairline. They won't cut your hair. So that's all with temporary dreadlocks. I'll be back for part 2 to explain other things concerning temporary dreadlocks. That's all. I sign out. This is Loctician Kasim. I'm located in Nairobi, Kenya. For anything, you can inbox me on my Instagram at Loctician Kasim, TikTok at Loctician Kasim. My number is 0714543239. 0714543239. If at all you are abroad, you can inbox me on +256 on +254 714543239. I repeat, WhatsApp me on +254 714543239. That's it's a quick response from Loctician Kasim. You see the logo, everything Loctician Kasim. Instagram Loctician Kasim, TikTok Loctician Kasim, Facebook Loctician Kasim, YouTube Loctician Kasim. Have a good day. I sign out.